Well, I'll start about the grand final, I suppose. Simon, you happy with the Queensland granny?
Oh, look, I think it's great for our competition. The Queensland government was certainly the ones, when the season was, on a knife's edge, to allow all our clubs to be able to play consistent games throughout Queensland and to obviously provide plenty of hubs up here. I think it's just reward, and I think it's going to be an exciting time for Queensland and for the game. I think when the time comes, I think everyone will be excited about the event, and the game will put on a good show.
And how do you reflect on your own side's form after a really important but narrow escape? Well, not escape, but a narrow win.
Yeah, look, I thought it was a wit of maturity. We certainly weren't at our best. We had to defend really strongly against the quality opposition, but to win ugly and to win in a manner, in a defensive style of game was really important for us as a club. And we're building momentum as the year goes on. I think we've won 4 out of the last 5, and we're starting to build a game that's becoming more recognisable to our supporters, and hopefully one that will continue to build momentum going forward.
Simon, how's Michael Hibbert doing after the weekend?
Yeah, Hibbo will miss this week's game. Tomorrow's game against Sydney. He obviously rolled an ankle, and it's just an ankle sprain. It's not a syndesmosis or anything like that. So he'll miss tomorrow's game, but we expect him to be back for Fremantle's game. So, it's disappointing for Michael. He's had a really strong season, but at the same time, it gives him a chance to freshen up a little bit.
How do you see tomorrow's game against the Swans shaping up? Sydney's been pretty competitive in most games this year, but pretty young side, developing up.
Yeah, look, the competition's really tough, and Sydney are showing that. They're a highly competitive side. They're obviously transitioning. They've got some outstanding young players. But one thing about Sydney is they're highly competitive. They move the ball in a way that really challenges the way you defend. And, we certainly know what we're up against. It's going to be a really good game up in Cairns, and one we're looking forward to, and one we need to perform well in.
So when you talked about getting momentum, do you really sense that shift in the players' confidence as well? With obviously there were some challenges at the start of the year, and the team had to find its way, but they seem to be getting there. Do you sense that real confidence in the player?
Yeah, I think on the back of 2019, there's no question belief was going to be really important for us, and to build that throughout the year. And that got enhanced by a really challenging start to the season for a variety of different reasons. But the players have been brilliant at just sticking to our process about how we want to play and how we want to perform weekly. And you can see, from the weekend's game, it was a really important game to beat a team that was above us and that was sitting entrenched in the 8. And that builds belief. And I think the players have got belief in the way we're playing. And obviously we're starting to build some momentum. But it means nothing, until you can continue to put it in, week out. And that's been our greatest challenge, is to do it week after week, no matter who we're playing or where we're playing.
Simon, what's been the spark for young Wiedemann's improvement this year and development?
Yeah, look, he's obviously a young key forward that's had to work really hard in his game. And you look at the key forwards around the competition, and they develop at all different types of ages. And Sam's put a lot of work into his footwork and his ability to compete early and follow up at ground level. And what we're seeing with Sam is he's providing us a great target. He's really straightened us up heading inside 50, and not only giving us great aerial competition and hitting the scoreboard, but he's bringing our smaller players into the game and providing a great target for us.
You mentioned how big the win you're coming off is, and how important I guess this one is as well tomorrow. But do you see, with Sydney being lower on the ladder, and you mentioned how tough the comp is, but do you see it's one that you should win heading into the final series?
I think we're in a position now as a club where we get to control our destiny with how we perform. We've built ourselves up into a position where we can do that, and every game's going to be important. And tomorrow's game against Sydney is no different. They're a highly competitive club. They're a proud club. They've got a really developing young list. So we know what we're up against, but we need to make sure we focus on us, about what we can bring, and do it week after week. I think that's been our challenge for a footy club for 18 months now, is to start to build a style of play that we continue to bring every day, and we mature as a club and win in different ways.
And do you think that gives you an edge where Sydney aren't playing for finals, but for you guys, you need each win as they come?
Yeah, I don't see it like that. I think if you speak to elite athletes around the world, they're competitors no matter what the situation they're in. And for us, yeah, we're in a position where we can continue to compete and build our season and head towards an opportunity. But Sydney are no different. They're a young list that want to compete and want to build a winning culture. So I don't see it any differently, any situation, other than the fact there's probably more at stake right now for us.
Simon, what about the whole idea of you guys obviously having missed that game earlier in the year, playing all the way through with other teams getting, a nominal freshen up? Does that make any difference, or is it beneficial for you to keep playing, or have you planned for it? How does that work for you?
Yeah, look, we're planned for it. We know that our season's going to be slightly more compressed than others, but we potentially miss out on 2 or 3 days extra within a bye within this sort of compressed period. So there's not much in it. We're prepared for it. We've embraced every challenge that's come our way throughout the season in a variety of different ways, and this is no different. We're going up to Cairns to play 2 games over a 4-day period, and we're looking forward to that opportunity.
Good's obviously going to miss any other changes we look at making.
Yeah, look, we're certainly not going to be reckless with our team and make sure we've got really fit and healthy guys out there. But we're going to pick our best team each week over the next period of time. To win games of footy. We're in that position where we need to be able to do that. So, Michael's the only one that'll miss through injury this week, and there may be a few others, but we're going to go about picking the best team possible. All good?
All good. Thanks for that, guys.
And what have you done about the short? What have you done about the short? What have you done about the short turnaround? Sorry, son.
Oh no, nothing. We're prepared as normal. We're prepared for our training for a long period of time to be able to deal with short turnarounds, and obviously with the guidance of Darren Burgess and the way he's prepared the team and dealt with elite sports around the world. In soccer, the short turnarounds are something he's used to. So, we've welcomed that, we've embraced it, and there'll be no excuses from our end. We need to perform really strongly.